It's an extremely terrifying story. Both the audio and visuals may be too much for some viewers to handle. You see, this is a story that scares even me, as I'm about to tell you. This story and this video were written, edited, created by MoonViewJayStories. When the Lights Go Out song audio in this video is an original created by MoonViewJayStories. This song and the story is not to be used without the permission from MoonViewJayStories. Email contact can be arranged after commenting below to ask for it. All other audio sounds as well as pictures and Gifs have been selected from other copyright-free creators. You can find some of their channels and websites in my description. Now, enjoy the video. Hello there. Have you come for a story? Well then, follow me. I'll be your narrator for this story. Let's go for a walk. You know, most people wouldn't have came in when I invited them. It's fine though. That's why you're different. That's why I like you. That's why I've been waiting. Anyway, we're here now. What's wrong? I thought it would be the perfect place for a story. Have a seat. The story about when the lights go out now begins. It all started in the fall of the year 1922. A year no one in the city of New Orleans could forget.
"7:30 in the morning already? I need at least another hour or two of sleep." Time to go to school, I guess.
This is Dylan. He is a 16-year-old high school student. Just like the rest of his friends from school, he is poor. This particular town is located in New Orleans, and many people have abandoned their home and fled due to the rising reports of unknown causes of death. The town now had its name associated with the Grim Reaper, and therefore was now known to those who resided in it as Grim Town. 5 boys and 4 girls. The first was Ashley, the blonde, best looking out of the women, but she had a bad habit of not grasping common sense. Connor and Blake. They were both twins, but couldn't be more opposite. Connor was funny and skinny, but his twin Blake was very serious and fat. Vanessa was a dark-haired girl that never separated from her boyfriend Martin. Martin was a curly-haired mystery that never took off his shades. Sean is Dylan's best friend. Sean usually acts like the big brother of the group because he's so reliable. The last 2 friends are Edith and Amaya. They are both deceased. They were best friends and everyone in the group loved them. However, one day they too had experienced a tragic, mysterious death. The group of friends still think that the souls of their 2 dead friends are still watching over them. Dylan has a close group of deep friends from high school. They form genuine strong bonds to relieve themselves of the stress from the outside world. One day after class, the group of friends decided to do something different. Very different.
Okay, you're very special, but go home and go home in peace.
After class, Dylan came up with an idea for the group of friends to do after school.
You guys, I have an idea. Let's stay overnight at school. We can go explore the school at night. It'd be so...
Yeah? And what's fun about that? Said Ashley. Yeah, I don't really want to get into trouble, replied Connor.
Come on, guys. Picture it. A nightclub adventure with the brave 6 souls who dared to trespass after hours.
Hey, that actually sounds pretty fun. You can count me in as long as we be extra careful, replied Sean. I mean, I guess it'll be fine if Sean is there, said Blake. The group laughed, then they began to devise a plan so that they could stay in the school overnight without getting caught. Of course you don't have a plan, said Sean. Alright, listen up you guys. The janitor is the one that locks up the school and makes sure everyone is out. And our school is connected all around from the inside and outside like a square. All we gotta do is have at least 2 people beyond each of the 3 hallways that the janitor is not currently on. We'll watch him from peeking around the corner. Wow! See? Move it up to Sean! The group shouted. 7 hours later. The time is now 10 p.m. Alright, we can definitely stop hiding now. There's no way he would still be here at this time. Alright, so what do we do now? Said Ashley.
Ghost hunting, obviously.
No. Definitely not, said Ashley.
Looks like we got ourselves a chicken over here, guys.
Knock it off. She's not a chicken, said Sean. However, we are already here, so why not make the most of it? Besides, ghosts don't exist anyway. I guess you're right, Sean, replied Ashley.
Okay, good. So let's get started. Everyone get into groups of 2, and then we can separate and explore. Of course, one group will have 3 people in it.
Ashley, I think you should join the group with the extra person. Okay, said Ashley. The group of friends then divided themselves up into their new exploring groups. Dylan and Sean, Vanessa and Martin. The last group was Ashley, Connor, and Blake. The groups then separated from each other throughout the building. Connor and Blake slowly began to walk ahead of Ashley. Before starting to walk with the twins, Ashley said to herself, "May Edith and Amaya be with us." Now let's see what Blake is up to. She's not here either. She gets scared way too easily to be playing pranks on us. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this, said Blake. Whoa, you scared me for a second, Ashley. That's you, right? Where were you? We've been looking for you. What happened to your blonde hair? Said Blake. Okay. You're being strange. At least explain why you were screaming. Whatever. You don't want to talk? Then just give me a light. You're pretty and all, but I know you still smoke. So just pass me your light. Whoa. What just happened? How did I get here? And why is the room on fire? Said Blake. Blake was transported to a room that was set on fire. Then there was a song that began to play.
Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
Meanwhile, the other two groups ended up running into each other and found a door leading to a lower level. These groups of friends have never seen this passage before.
I've never seen this door before. Have you guys?
No, replied the others.
Well, let's see what's inside. This will be fun. I bet the janitor's office has a key to this door. Mr. Ferg has to clean down there.
We can have two of us go get the key, while the other two wait here. Okay, Vanessa and I will stay here, while you and Sean go get the key, said Martin.
Okay, let's go, Sean.
After arriving at the janitor's office, Dylan notices a weird book with a large rusted key on top of it. He then notices a keychain beside the book with at least 8 keys attached.
Alright, adventure, here we come. Let's go.
As they leave the office, they notice a figure standing in the hallway.
Is that Blake? He looks just like Connor. But he's definitely the fat one.
What are you talking about? I don't see anyone, replied Sean. Dylan wiped his eyes, and the entity disappeared.
I must be getting tired. Let's go.
After arriving back at the door, Dylan tries the smaller keys on the keychain first, but no luck. He then tries the big rusted key. The door opens. They begin to walk down the stairs, and the door slams shut behind them. Sean then notices a rusted chain on the floor. I get the feeling somebody used these chains to keep the door closed from the inside, said Sean. But why though? Why would the school want to? After hearing that sound, and the lights that you? Shouted Vanessa. It wasn't until then that they had realized the girl was gone. But so was Martin. Martin is now somewhere in the dark, alone, and I'd imagine a bit terrified. Sorry about that. I don't know what the fuck is going on here, guys, but we gotta find Martin before we leave. Shouted Sean. I guess there's only one way to go then. Down this hall. Meanwhile... It's so dark. Vanessa, Dylan, Sean. Where did they go? Wait, why is there a man over here? Wait, I can hear something. Martin pulls a pack of matches from his pocket and begins to light. Martin is no longer with us. Now let's check up on Connor. I've been looking around for a while now, and I just can't find him anywhere. I'm afraid something may be wrong. I should look for the other guys, Connor thought to himself. Is that a cat? No way. How did a cat find its way into our school? The cat then ran to a nearby classroom. A few moments later, something comes out of the same room that the cat just went into, but Connor can't make out what it is. As the demon woman came closer, crawling on the ground, Connor ran into the closest classroom he could see and shut it closed. But there was a problem. He was not alone.
Can you see me? Hello? Can you find me? Can you find me? I'm here. Behind you, look. Behind you. I'm behind you. I am right behind you. Don't be scared. I just want to play a game with you. Hey, don't you run away. Please stay. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Stay with me. Stay with me. Meanwhile, as the group was speaking, they looked to the right of them and noticed a figure. It then giggled before disappearing. Whoa, what was that? Yelled Vanessa.
Do you guys think someone might have stayed after school as well and is playing a trick on us?
I don't know, but I think we should turn back, said Sean. doing down here? Yelled a deep voice. Mr. Fern? The janitor? What are you doing down here? Said Vanessa. I live down here. I always have, replied Mr. Fern. It'll just be our secret from here on. Now why are you kids down here? And this time of night? School is done, you know.
We were just messing around and having fun after dark in the school, but we lost Martin, and there was some creepy girl under the stairs.
You lost Martin, you say? Okay, come on, help you find them. Come, you must be this way. She's always taking lost things in the dark, said Mr. Fern.
She?
Whoops, I guess I said too much. The group immediately started to hold hands and go in the opposite direction of the man. As Dylan looked back, he could see that the janitor, Mr. Fern, was definitely no longer a janitor. Before the group of friends knew it, they ran into a dead end with two doors that were both locked.
Do you guys hear music?
I told you I could see you.
In the left corner lurked the demon old lady. Dylan and the rest of the group did not realize she was there. I don't blame them. I mean, did you notice she was there? Both of the locked doors suddenly opened, and someone, or at least something, big was being dragged into one of the rooms. All you could hear was a creature growling, and a male voice screaming in pain. Vanessa began to cry out loud, mourning her losses, before Sean took her hand and said, "Hurry, we gotta go before she comes back. Now is not the time for crying." Vanessa stood there for several seconds, not moving, not blinking, and not a word either. Sean was worried that she might have some form of PTSD from losing Martin and Dylan. Vanessa then uttered to herself quietly, "I understand what I must do." Then she went with Sean. Sean suggested that they should take the other door that was just opened and find out where it would take them, since Mr. Ferg was in the direction that they had just come from, and the other direction is a dead end. As they approached the door and walked inside, they noticed a small narrow hallway that led to another door. leads to another room with more furniture. For better or worse, it looks like we're in Mr. Fred's home, said Sean. Oh my god, so where are we going? We gotta leave now, shouted Vanessa. And what the heck do you mean, for better or worse? How could this be a good thing? Well, it's just a hunch, replied Sean. However, don't you think it's odd that we have been going to high school here for 2 years now, and none of us even seen that creepy door before? The one that led us down here? Yeah? But Sean, what are you getting at? Said Vanessa. Well, I'm pretty sure the door only reveals itself at night, and that's why we've never seen it until today, replied Sean. If what I'm saying is true, then it would be impossible for Mr. Ferg to live down here, but to also work in our school. What do you mean? Replied Vanessa. Think about it. We only know for sure that the door only opens at night, so it most likely closes before the sunrise. If that's the case, then when Mr. Ferg goes to sleep down here, how does he come back up to work as our school janitor in the morning, if the door is no longer there? Whoa, I haven't thought of that. Well, how does he do it? Replied Vanessa. Well, there has to be another door. If not a door, then some sort of secret passage that's different from the disappearing door, said Sean. I think you might be right, but how do we find it? We don't exactly have time to look, replied Vanessa. Well, I still have the book that we found on Mr. Ferg's desk with the key. I think it might contain a clue to where the door is, said Sean. Okay, let's look. They begin flipping through the pages until they finally see something drawn that looks like a secret entrance and escape. The two of them find out that there's a hidden entrance behind the radio. Once they move it, they then see a hidden hole in the wall big enough for someone to crawl through. On the other side is a metal ladder going up. As Vanessa was first to start crawling under, Sean noticed a weird sound. It was Connor. He just stood there with his mouth chattering as if he's been freezing. Connor, you're okay? I'm so glad you're... Vanessa, hurry the fuck up, yelled Sean in fear and frustration. As he yelled for Vanessa to hurry up, he noticed Connor walking faster. His mouth kept moving as his teeth kept chattering. Sean then climbed the ladder and lit a match to help Vanessa see the keyhole better. They finally got the passage door open and Vanessa climbed out, but Sean's foot was caught on something. Or rather, someone. As he looked down, he seen a face that resembled their late friend Edith, who was grabbing Sean's foot. Beside her, he can see another familiar face in Amaya. Don't let her leave, said the entity resembling Edith. You are already dead. Why convince yourself otherwise? Help us bring Vanessa home, said Amaya. You're lying. And how am I here? Shut, full confusion. Because you had a strong desire to help out your friends. You were not alive, John. Vanessa knows this too. She's seen it happen. Sean slowly begins to look up at Vanessa. I'm so sorry, Sean. I needed your help to escape. I couldn't tell you just yet, said Vanessa. She then slams the passage door shut. She then realizes that the room she is in now is the teacher's classroom. Wait, why does this lead to our teacher's classroom? Does that mean our teacher knows about everything happening? No time to worry about that. I gotta get out of here fast. Vanessa very instinctively grabs a folder off the ground and begins to use a match to set a corner on fire to give herself light. She then runs out of the classroom and down the hallway as fast as she can. Vanessa notices Mr. Fair coming down the opposite hallway and decides to start forcing her way through the school entrance door with all her might. She kept charging up and bashing her shoulder into the door to open it, but no use. Mr. Ferg is getting close. Vanessa finally gives up and runs to the closest classroom to her and immediately breaks the window with one of the students' chairs at a desk. She throws her sweater over the ledge to protect herself from debris and climbs outside. Mr. Fur can be seen at the window she broke. He just stood there, watching. Vanessa never stopped running until she reached her house. As soon as Vanessa got home, she collapsed on her room floor from exhaustion and the relief that she is now safe. Vanessa wakes up, and the time is now 3:23 a.m. As she steps into the hallway, she realizes the horror is not over. Does that mean everything last night was a dream? The time is now 7:30 a.m. I guess I'll go see Martin. I need to know if everything is normal. After walking to Martin's house, she notices Martin's parents' car is not in the garage, and so he must have already been driven to school. After realizing Martin must already be at school, Vanessa notices other high school kids walking towards the direction of her school. She lets out a sigh because she realizes the nightmare was just that, a regular nightmare. Vanessa then made her way to school. Vanessa got to school, her friends were already in class. She got in and sat down. Why is everyone staring at me? You guys are freaking me out, shouted Vanessa. Then Mr. Furrick showed up at the door. The homeroom teacher then spoke. Since everyone is here, we can now begin. So class, how did you manage to let Vanessa escape last night? Now you need to spend the night again. We all need to experience what happens when the lights go out. The class then all began to grin at Vanessa. Alright, time to go home now. Until next time, for another story with MoonViewJ Stories. Alright, let's go. What's